Hello, Brian here with ManageThePip.com. Please visit ManageThePip.com for more details on the Expert Advisor, Indicators, and Trainer application, or if you have questions about this video. Today in this video, I'm going to show how to use the ManageThePip Trainer with the ManageThePip Expert Advisor in the MetaTrader 4 application. This is part 2 of the two-part series for the ManageThePip Trainer. And I'm going to show you how to use the set position mode in the trainer. This is a little bit more advanced, but this is how I typically use it because I trade the pound dollar in the middle of the night, so I usually set the EA to a particular direction that I only want it to trade, either short or only long. And I trade based only when the moving average of a 730 cross during a certain time frame occurs. So I set which position I only want to go based mostly on the daily chart or sometimes the 4-hour chart, and then I'll let it trade at a later time. So I want my trainer to work the same way. The advantage the trainer gets is it allows you to look at one chart time frame but have it trade on another time frame. So what I want to show you here is, real quick, is I've already opened up the strategy tester, and if you have any questions on the strategy tester or how to set this up, please watch the previous part 1 video that goes over how to use the trainer, and I go in a little more detail on how to set up the strategy tester. But I wanted to show you real fast in my expert properties, just so you can see how I have my settings. I usually use my production settings, with the exception of turning on the training method to true. And I wanted to show you my moving average cross. So right now my moving average cross time frame is 5 minutes. I have it enabled on the pound dollar. So on the 5-minute chart, wait for a 730, 7's fast, a 30 slow moving average cross between the hours of 5 and 15 server time. So what it basically means is when this occurs, I will enter a trade. But what the trainer is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to essentially mimic what I do in a live account, which is positions. So on a live account, I make sure I have that cross set, and then I go to the testing tab, which isn't called testing, I think it's called direction, and I put the position of only short or only long for that night, and then I go. So what the strategy tester lets me do on the fly, lets me be able to change this position mode. So I'll click OK here, and I'm ready to go. And normally when I trade and I just want to test the overall strategy of just buying and selling manual trades, I would put this in the period, probably the 5 or the 15, depending on what I want to test in. But in this case, I usually watch the daily chart to determine which direction I want to go, or the 4-hour. So I'm going to put the period as daily. So in my visually, I'll be watching the daily charts, but picking the direction for it to trade on the 5-minute chart. Okay? And once you do this a few times, you'll get the hang of it and understand it. So some people might want to watch the hour chart and then trade based on a cross on the 15 of some sort. So it's up to you. So now I've got this ready to go on the daily chart. I'm going ahead and slow this down. And I'm going to hit start here to get my chart up. And like I said, I'm on the daily chart, and it's not running. It didn't start up immediately. I'm going to put a default template in here. I'm just going to use this template here. Scroll over here. Some of these indicators you see here is something else that ManageThePip offers. A stochastic and a MACD. I use both of these. What I'm looking at is the daily chart on the 19th of March at the time of 00 server time. So I'm going to now put the trainer in set position mode. So I'm going to go to actions, and I'm going to click set position mode. As you notice, these radio buttons down here popped open, and the buy and sell are disabled. One trick to this tool is you want to tell it to do no trades, because by default it's set to do a buy sell. It'll sell or buy based on a cross on the 5-minute chart. So at the very beginning, I want to go ahead and click no trades, and I'm going to hit play. Okay, and it's still going here. Okay, I'm going to pause that. And what that does, make sure it did that because there's a little delay there. So now what I basically have said is I told the EA don't do any trades. You kind of have to do that every time when you first start. Now I'm triggered and ready to go. That's one of those tricky things that you get used to, and it's kind of becomes second nature after you do it a few times. I typically don't get to trade until I don't usually start picking a direction until about 2 or 3 hours in the new day. So I want to let this candle form a little bit before I pick a direction. So I'm going to go ahead and play here. Speed it up, and let's let it form some form of candle a little bit. Alright, so we're getting a little green candle here. And I see my overall trend on the daily chart. Once again, I'm on the daily chart is down. So I'm already just hit the top of the trend line. So I'm going to go ahead and do a sell here. I'm going to do a sell only. Typically, I like to go always with the trend. So I'm going to click the radio button, sell only, and then click play. So what I've done, and you see there, I paused it here. What I've done is on the 5-minute chart, a cross happened on the sell side. So a cross before that may have happened on the buy, but it would ignore that because I put sell only. So it entered a sell here. And the downside about watching it, you really can't see the progression of the trade very well because you're such a high level on the daily chart. But at the end of your training of this time frame, you can see your results and see whether or not you picked the right direction or not. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, slow it down a little bit. In fact, I'm going to put it in this mode so you can see the trade a little bit better. So let's just go ahead and hit play and speed it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, we're taking profits. This is blue arrows C. And we're moving our trailing stop. You can barely see that, but we're still in the same day. And I have my EA set to go 2 trades per day. And I think of it as I'm sleeping right now, so I set my sell only before I went to bed, and I'm going to trade 2 trades. Well, I can't switch it in the middle of the night. I'm not going to wake up and move it to buy only or say no trades. So I've already committed to sell only. Let's see what the second trade ends up bringing us in that same day. Now, I might be doing a cross to the upside, but I'm ignoring it because I've got sell only set in. And we'll see here what it does here. And there we go. It did do another sell for the day. Took a little bit of a loss there, but we actually ended up winning. It actually ended up being a nice little winner. And we're taking another take profit, move our trailing stop really far here. And let's see what it ends up getting. Alright, we finally knocked out. So what I wanted to show you is the full distance. We made about 129 pips, so that was a very good trade. Once again, I'm watching the hour to get the overall trend in candle formations to determine if I want to do a buy only or sell only for the night. So that day's over, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to no trades and push play here. Just so I'm waiting for the new candle to form. And now we formed a new candle. Okay, let's let it go here. Okay, so this say is 2 or 3 server time. I come in, look at the computer, and I say, well, what am I going to do based on these candle formations and this trend and this stochastic and this MACD formation? Well, this is sort of a MACD. It's kind of telling me we're getting strength on the short side, and my stochastic is starting to form a short signal here. So I'm pretty happy with doing another short for the night. I'm going to do a sell only again, push play, and let it go through the night as though I'm not watching it. Oh, there's another good winner for that day. And so that was another good winner. Like I said, I'm already asleep. I can't change it. So if it's going to hit another sell, and there it did, I might actually end up being a loser here. Let's see what I end up doing. Yeah, she did lose. So one of my trades, so the first day I made 2 good nice trades and I lost. I made a nice trade and then a loser trade. So that's how the set position mode works. Like I said, you can do this on any other time frame that you want. And you can set it to do buy sell, buy only, or no trades. So if you see a consolidation, maybe saying here or whatever, or you're mixing, you're in between your 2 moving averages, maybe do no trades, and it won't trigger anything. This is typically the way I test my method out, and I test these different signals over a larger time frame to give me the general direction, and then I put in buy or sell only because I want that final trigger of the moving average cross, and I use on the 5-minute chart. Some people use 15 or an hour, but I want that final trigger to be the actual entry point. So I don't have to stay up in the middle of the night and actually watch for it to occur. I let the EA take care of it. Please visit managethepip.com for more details on the Expert Advisor, indicators, and trainer application, or if you have questions about this video.